Much of what this message is about comes from Matthew 25 and Luke 19. And I'll give you a moment to turn there. We're going to start off with Luke 19. Start at verse 11. Matthew 25 is a lot like Luke 19, except Luke places a different emphasis. He places a different emphasis. And we're going to go over both of those because both of those are really important, Luke's and Matthew's. Some really heavy stuff here. The three servants. So there was a difference of heart in these three servants. You look at it, at the first servant. His master's going away and gives him a mina. Notice there's 10. I don't know what happened to the other 7 servants. They give 10 minas, and each of them replies in the singular, so they were each given a mina apiece. A mina. So they were all given equal amounts, which will be contrasted later with Matthew, who they don't get equal amounts. But in this scenario, they get equal amounts. The first servant loves his master. His master's going away. And he says to himself, I love my master. And I can't wait till he comes back. And he's entrusted me with this mina. If you know anything about what minas are, they're about 3 months' worth of wages for those that get paid twice a month. It's like 6 paychecks. And that's a hefty sum. He gets this mina, says, I love my master. Wouldn't he be real happy when he comes back if I could make a whole bunch more? So as soon as his master goes away, the love for this servant has for his master is such that he doesn't let anything get aside. He doesn't let anything get in the way. His objective is his love for his master. And he takes this mina. And during the time while his master's gone, he works hard, and he works hard, and he works hard. And when his master comes, he's joyous. He's really joyous. Because he knows what he's done for his master. And so his master comes, and he says, what have you done, servant? He says, you gave me 1. I've got 10 for you now. And what does the master say? Notice the response is, well done, good and faithful servant. In the light of eternity, when you have everyone that ever lived in all the ages standing there with you, and you're standing before God, and he says, what have you done? And you say, you gave me 1 mina, Lord. Here are 10. And he looks at you and says, well done, good and faithful servant. Can you imagine what that would be like? Seeing with all these other people, your master said to you, well done, faithful, good servant. He called you a good servant. Can you imagine what a high that was for this one servant? Can you imagine? The second servant, he loved his master. It's obvious he loved his master. But things got in the way. Things got in the way. But he still loved his master. He took the mina. He was sidetracked by a few things in life, but knew that when his master came, his master would expect him to do something. So out of reverence for his master, out of some love for his master, he goes with this 1 mina, puts it to work, but only earns 5 more. Then notice the response here. Take charge of 5 cities. He got his reward, but it wasn't as high of a reward as the other servant. He didn't say, well done. He didn't say good. He didn't say faithful. He just said, take charge of 5 cities. He did good, but it wasn't as good as the first servant. The third servant was given a mina. What did he do? Nothing. He did nothing with it. He didn't love his master. He didn't love his master at all. Just knew he was a hard man. So, the scripture even talks about the fact, you knew I was a hard person. Why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you do anything? With Luke, he really centralizes on the focus of the heart. Because God is seeking those who will really love him, that will go out and want a desire to earn 10 minas. Our time is running out. We don't know when our appointed time is, but it is appointed unto men to die once. What are we doing with our minas? Think about the condition of the heart as we move to Matthew 25. And this one we'll spend more time with.